Hello students, welcome back to your geography class. With exams coming up, today we are going to be doing question and answers of the second chapter. I hope you all have your textbooks with you all. Open your textbooks so that we can finish marking the answers. Page number 15, choose the right answer from the four alternatives given below. A landmass bounded by sea on three sides is referred to as a peninsula. The correct answer to this is peninsula. Next question. Mountain ranges in the eastern part of India, forming its boundaries with Myanmar, are collectively called as Purvanchal. The answer to this question is Purvanchal. Third question. The western coastal strip south of Goa is referred to as Kannad. Kannad. The highest peak in the Eastern Ghats is Mahendragiri. All of them, C is the correct answer. A coincidence. Moving on. Answer the following questions briefly. These answers you will mark in your textbooks. You will answer it briefly, that means not more than 2 lines. What is Bhabar? What is Bhabar? The Bhabar is the narrow belt of plain which is covered with pebbles and lies along the foothills of the Shivaliks from the Indus to the Teesta. I repeat, Bhabar is a narrow belt of plain which is covered with pebbles and lies along the foothills of the Shivaliks from the Indus to the Teesta. Mark the necessary answer from here. Okay. Next question is, name the three major divisions of the Himalayas from north to south. Name the three major divisions of Himalayas from north to south. The answer will be the three major divisions of Himalayas from north to south are 1. The Great or the Inner Himalayas or the Himadri. All three are the same, okay? Second, the Middle Himalayas or the Himachal. And third, the Outer Himalayas or the Shivaliks. I repeat, 1, the Inner or the Great or the Inner or the Great Himalayas or the Himadri. Second, Middle Himalayas or Himachal. Third, Outer Himalayas or Shivalik. Third question, which plateau lies between the Aravalli and the Vindhya ranges? The Malwa plateau lies between the Aravalli and the Vindhya ranges. The Malwa plateau. Name the island group of India having coral origin. Lakshadweep Islands is the island group of India having coral origin. Even in your answer briefly, you will always answer in full sentences. Moving on, distinguish between Bhangar and Khaddar. There are 4 points. Bhangar is the old alluvium or old soil, and it forms the largest part of the northern plains. Khaddar is the new and the younger deposits of the floodplains, and it is renewed every year. Bhangar lies above the floodplains of rivers. Khaddar is low-lying next to a river. Bhangar forms terrace-like features. Khaddar contains calcareous deposits, which is locally known as Kankar. Bhangar is less fertile. Khaddar is more fertile. These are the 4 points of difference. Next is differentiate between Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats. In Western Ghats, the first point will be they mark the western edge of the Deccan Plateau. In Eastern Ghats, you will write they mark the eastern edge of the Deccan Plateau. Second point in Western Ghats, it is a continuous range and it can be crossed through passes only. In Eastern Ghats, it's a discontinuous, irregular, and dissected by rivers draining into the Bay of Bengal. I repeat, it is a discontinuous and irregular range dissected by rivers draining into the Bay of Bengal. Third point, in Western Ghats, they have a higher elevation of 900 to 1600 meters. Eastern Ghats, they have a lower elevation of 600 meters. Western Ghats, the area experiences orographic rain mostly in summer due to the summer monsoons. The climate is hot and moist. Eastern Ghats, this area receives rain mostly in winter through the northeastern monsoon. However, here the rain is lesser than the western strip. In the Western Ghats, the fifth point, the soil in the Western Ghats is highly fertile. Rice, spices, rubber, and fruits like coconut, cashew nuts, etc. are grown here. In Eastern Ghats, the soil in Eastern Ghats is not as fertile as Western Ghats. Rice, groundnuts, cotton, tobacco, coconut, etc. are grown here. Next, we go to question number 4. Which are the major physiographic divisions of India? Contrast the relief of the Himalayan region with that of the peninsular plateau. So first we will talk about the major physiographic divisions of India. So there are 6 major physiographic divisions of India: Himalayan mountains, Peninsula Plateau, coastal plains, northern plains, Indian desert, and the islands. I repeat, the Himalayan mountains, the Peninsula Plateau, the coastal plains, the northern plains, Indian desert, and the islands. And then the next part is contrast the relief of Himalayan region with that of the peninsular plateau. This also we will write as a difference between the two. In the Himalayan region, you will write, they are young fold mountains made from uplift of the strata formed by the sedimentary rocks. Remember, you're not writing all these answers down. You are going to find and write it in your textbook itself. You will mark it in the textbook itself. But if you feel that it's better for you to have it written together, you can decide and write it down. Okay. The first point of the Himalayan region are, they are the young fold mountains made from the strata formed by the sedimentary rocks. I repeat, I think I had read. So you can say the Himalayan mountains are young fold mountains made from the uplift of the strata formed by the sedimentary rocks. And the Peninsula Plateau, they are created from the igneous and the metamorphic rocks after splitting of the Gondwana lands. The Peninsula Plateau was created from igneous and metamorphic rocks after splitting from the Gondwana land. Next, in the Himalayan region, it consists of the loftiest mountains and deep valleys. I repeat, it consists of the loftiest mountains and deep valleys. In Peninsula Plateau, it consists of broad and shallow valleys and rounded hills. I repeat, Himalayan region consists of loftiest mountains and deep valleys. Peninsula Plateau consists of broad and shallow valleys and rounded hills. Next point in Himalayan region, the ranges have I-shaped and U-shaped valleys. Peninsula Plateau, it has horsed rift valleys and troughs. I repeat, it has horsed rift valleys and troughs. Okay, next. In the Himalayan region, it is the origin of perennial rivers. And in the plateau, in the Peninsula Plateau, it has rain-fed seasonal rivers. I repeat, Himalayan region, it is the origin of perennial rivers. And Peninsula Plateau, it has rain-fed seasonal rivers. Last point, Himalayan region, from the point of view of geology, this region forms an unstable zone. And in the Peninsula Plateau, this region forms a stable zone. I would suggest you all write this part down, go back and write this relief between Himalayan region and Peninsula Plateau down, because I can't find the exact words in the book and the textbook. But your choice, You don't need to write it down in my notebook because I don't want y'all to do that. Y'all can write it down in your own reference books if y'all have any. All right. Next question is give an account on the northern plains of India. So I will read out the answer. Y'all can just mark it in your textbooks. Y'all can mark the points out. The northern plain have been formed from the alluvium that the mountain rivers deposit here. So you will mention this. It led to the soil turning into the it led to soil turning fertile on the surface for growing a rich harvest of variety of crops. This also resulted in the development of Indus River Valley civilization. The rich soil was further aided by favorable climate and constant water supply from the rivers. Between the mouths of the Indus and the Ganga Brahmaputra, the northern Indian plain covers a distance of 3,200 kilometers. It is 300 to 150 kilometers wide at some places. The northern Indian plains have the Indus River system in the west and the Ganga Brahmaputra River system in the east. The first river system includes Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Beas, and Satluj. The Indus flows into the Arabian Sea. The second river system includes Ganga, its tributaries, and the Brahmaputra, which combine as Meghna as they drain into the Bay of Bengal. They form the world's largest and the fastest growing delta. The difference in the relief has led northern Indian plains to be divided into 4 zones: Bhabar, Terai, Bhangar, and Khadar. I repeat, Bhabar, Terai, Bhangar, and Khadar. That's it. You don't need to explain those in detail. This is a good account of the northern plains of India. Next question. Write short notes on Indian desert, Central Highlands, and island group of India. Indian desert. The Indian desert lies towards the western margins of the Aravalli Hills. It is an undulating sandy plain covered with sand dunes called barchans. This region receives very low rainfall, below 150 millimeters per year. It has arid climate with low vegetation cover. Streams appear during the rainy season. Soon after, they disappear into the sand and they do not have enough water to reach the sea. Luni is the only large river in this region. Okay. Next is the Central Highlands. Okay. The Central Highlands are a part of the Peninsula Plateau lying to the north of the Narmada River, covering a major area of the Malwa Plateau. The Vindhyan Range is bounded by the Central Highlands on the south and the Aravalli Range in the northwest. The flow of rivers draining this region, namely the Chambal, the Sindh, the Betwa, and Ken from southwest to northeast, thus indicating a slope. The central highlands are narrower in the east and wider in the west. The eastward extensions of this plateau are locally known as Bundelkhand and Bagalkhand. The Chota Nagpur Plateau marks the further eastward extension drained by the Damodar River. Last short note, the island groups of India. India consists of two main island groups, namely Lakshadweep and Andaman and Nicobar Islands. The Lakshadweep consists of many small islands located opposite the Kerala coast in the Arabian Sea. The islands of this group are formed of coral deposits called atolls in Malayalam, which refers to their ring or horseshoe shape. The Andaman and Nicobar Islands, on the other hand, are larger in size. They are more in number and more widely scattered. There are about 200 islands in the Andaman group and 19 islands in the Nicobar group. With this, the question answers are over. On an outline map of India, you will mark all these. Only mark the ones that we have done in the map because only those will come. And this, I think you all must be able to do it on your own. Locate the peaks, passes, ranges, plateaus, hills, and duns hidden in the puzzle. Let me know the total number you can find and comment it on this video. I repeat, let me know how many in all you have been able to find and comment it on this video. With this, I end today's class. Stay home, stay safe, take care, and please start studying. Thank you.